Like, I'm not trying to go to bed at like 10, wake up at 11, and then now I gotta I'm fully rested
for the rest of the 23 hours of the day
until I gotta go to work.
Low key, that would be kind of nice though. Like if you're one of those people that are like, I got so much to do or so much I want to do more so.
You could like hit the gym because you got plenty of time. Am I the asshole for eating ice cream every night just like I always do and not stopping just because my sister-in-law doesn't want my niece to see it?
Man, if you don't sit your nosy ass down and let them eat some ice cream, bro.
Am I the asshole for not stopping my teenage son's girlfriend from kissing him?
For not stopping.
Yeah. And what's
I'm not stopping.
Yeah, I'll hold off.
Yes. No kissing, no nothing before marriage.
Straight edge.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Reddit. That's where we're on.
Yeah. That's how they called it.
Oh, key, because you read it. Okay. Hello. Nice to see you again. Shalom. Oh yeah. It's been a week. Hopefully you guys had a good time between last episode and this episode, and hopefully you enjoy this one as well. As you see, there's just two of us here. Got two others out doing errands for Raymond.
Yeah.
Shawn says hello.
He says he misses you.
Yeah, misses you guys. Hopefully he'll be here next week. If not, we're gonna have to kidnap him back from Raymond for the week after.
I don't know if we can risk that though.
It's all right. We've already been in doing deals with Raymond for like almost 2 years at this point.
That's true. Actually,
it's time that we get to bargain on our side a little bit.
What do we have to
I'm
bargain?
gonna go find Batman, bro.
Okay.
I know his one weakness.
Okay.
Batman.
Yeah. You're right.
But yeah, you just got us two today.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's enough for y'all.
I hope so.
We love y'all anyways.
Exactly.
But you know how things go here. This is the Dubois Podcast, and we are Boys. Man,
dang! Don't hit the same. Only two of us.
You're missing two voices.
Yeah.
It's just
hey, editor.
Yeah.
Layer it. The boys.
Boys. And we like to start off with our music recommendations.
Yeah.
I'll kick it off.
Okay.
My song recommendation for this week is New Wave by Sam. I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly. I think it's Galatry. It's G-E-L-L-A-I-T-R-E-Y, I believe.
EY?
R-Y. Did I say E-Y? R-Y.
I don't know what's going
on. Basically, he's I use the all-encompassing term of EDM. I don't remember all the specific different types, so don't kill me if you're an EDM head.
So is house like a subsidiary of EDM? Is EDM like the overall like umbrella kind of thing?
This is where I'm like, it's a touchy area. Some people are like, yeah, no, that's fine, and others are like, no, house is this, and dance hall is that, and not dance hall, but like dance music, and there's too much. I can't keep up with it all. Okay, it's EDM to me because it's not. It basically is electronic dance music. That's what it sounds like to me. But yeah, it's that. He's a good artist. Definitely good if you're into that kind of genre. From what I could gather from the lyrics, he's basically kind of saying like, if I knew that like love was like this, I wouldn't have like hurt myself in the process. And then some other stuff. I've only been listening to it for a couple weeks, but I like the beat a lot. I like it a lot. I hope you like it a lot. Let us know if you do.
I'll probably like it a lot when I hear it.
He's gonna like it a lot after we listen to it after this together. But what you got for today? What's your music recommendation?
My song today. I'm going to take up the time for all four. No, I'm kidding.
Damn.
Another 15-minute TikTok. No, my song this week is If Love Had a Sound by Nick D, who I'm hopefully you know of. He, for me at least, started off as kind of like a TikToker. Then like I found out that he made music. Started listening to that, and it was like different. It was like the Pineapple dude, be fine. Anyway, but then like he kind of over time, or maybe I don't know, at some point, kind of like transitioned into like more kind of like country-ish sounding stuff, and that's what this one is. It's like a kind of soft country, which some of you might already. Hey, stay! Don't click away! I swear to God.
Come back,
yeah, please, or swipe away. Anyway. Since we're in the new age. But no, it's a good song. It's actually very like heartfelt. It makes me sad and happy at the same time. But essentially he's just talking about so like if love had a sound, like it's like the title, like it would, and I'm assuming like because he is a husband and father, so I'm assuming it's more so for him. But just saying like it would be the sound of like coming home, like, you know, the family's there, happy, waiting for you. Like you know, like your wife on the porch, your kid being like, "Daddy, don't go." The quiet moments of like you guys like laying in bed together, like breathing each other in, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be big and boisterous, but you know, just
beautiful
for what
nonetheless.
Exactly. And it's a good song, and you should listen to it. And I hope you will listen to it.
Is it NIKD?
NICD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hope y'all check these out and listen to them. If you're wondering where to check them out or any of our other recommendations from the other 72 episodes.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know if I said it, by the way. This is episode 73. And if I did say it, I'm saying it again. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to know where to listen to that, you're going to go to Spotify. Nothing else. No Apple Music, no Tidal. Who's even using Tidal? Get that out of here.
Facts.
Spotify, go to the search bar. You're going to type in
Dubois Music Recommendation.
And then a playlist will show up. You're going to click that, like it, follow us, and just, you know, listen to it every now and then. It should get updated weekly. And if it's not us. I promise you.
It's not us.
It's Spotify doing some weird things, stopping it from showing up.
Yep.
Because we update it weekly. So it's not our fault.
Yeah.
But we hope y'all check it out. Follow it. Give it a listen. Let us know what you think of it. Let us know what songs you might want to see on there. Maybe we'll give them a listen and put them on there.
True.
But today, you know, there's not really a lot of stuff going on in the world outside of crazy things that we don't normally talk about on the podcast. Yeah. We already talked about Love Island, and there's already stuff happening about that I still got to get caught up because crazy stuff's happening.
Yeah.
We're going to take it easy today since there's just two of us. We're going to hit up some Reddit stuff.
Yeah. I'm
going to kick it off, a little activity, some Reddit Would You Rathers.
Say less.
I was looking through these.
Yeah.
Reddit people are freaks.
I'm
sorry if you're a Redditor, and you might even believe it yourself, but the things y'all be typing out on this platform, crazy.
Not insane, but like
I'm not putting any of those because it's just too much.
That's for the Patreon anyway.
So yeah, I'm just gonna put out some Would You Rathers. We'll decide on each one and give our take on why we picked it.
Say less.
Go from there.
All right.
Kick it off.
I'm ready.
This one I think you'll love.
Okay, hell yeah.
Would you rather look like JarJar Binks or talk like JarJar Binks and you can't kill yourself?
That's a crazy. What do you call?
That's because they know.
Yeah, they're like, no, we know.
You're not getting out of this.
That was gonna. Yeah, damn.
They know you're either gonna look like him, so you're gonna look goofy, or you're gonna sound goofy.
Oh, brother.
But my thing is, if I look like him, can I do those crazy like high jumps like he be doing? Cause that's kind of a superpower. I mean, be force jumping.
I mean, true, but like,
or is it just an appearance thing? It's cosmetic. I don't care.
Yeah, is it just like a skin deep thing? I don't get like his musculature.
His musculature.
I'm gonna say sound. I say
talk like him.
Yeah, I think I'd rather sound like him. I think I already babble and.
I was gonna say you already look like him. Like, no, that's crazy. Don't do that to yourself.
Nah. I feel like if I look like him, I would truly. I can't end it all. So. I truly live in hell. But yeah, I think I'd rather sound like him because I feel like that's easier to deal with. Maybe I don't know.
I can agree with that. I feel like if you look like him, you're always in either way. You're gonna always get looks. But I feel like looking like him, whether you are quiet or not, you're always gonna get looks. And people are gonna be like, "The hell? Why does bro look like an alien?"
True.
If you sound like him, you're gonna sound goofy. But sometimes when you're around someone like that enough, you get used to it.
Like, man,
and it's just. I feel like it blends in. Yeah. So I feel like it's easier to live life sounding like JarJar than it is to look like him.
Yeah. Also, with kids nowadays, they be talking crazy anyway. So
and you can't kill yourself. So it's just gotta live through it.
What are those called? Like Section
caveat.
A, like in like a contract. You'd be like, Section A, whatever. I don't know. Anyway.
I'm not a lawyer.
That's fair.
Next one. Would you rather relive your birth or watch your conception? Now, here's the reliving thing.
Oh, no.
Does that mean that I'm in the womb coming out, or am I watching it, like watching my birth?
Like relive, I feel like. I mean, like,
am I a baby again? Or am I like 5'10" Kalvin
Oh, no.
being born.
Oh, no.
Because I feel bad for my mom.
Low-key, yeah. Oh, jeez.
They both suck.
Yeah. I'm definitely not watching the conception.
Yeah, no. I'm not trying to see
never.
that.
I feel like it'll be absolutely insane to, like, with my adult brain, kind of, like, live and experience. But I would much rather, like, live me being
born again.
I guess, than nah.
Now here's the thing. I thought about this when I was looking at this. It's obviously our birth. So I don't know if you were a quick birth or a long birth.
I think
but if you're someone out there that was like 12 hours.
Oh, that's true.
You're sitting through 12 hours of birth.
Like,
I think I was under 20. So I was pretty quick.
I think I was. I think I was like long, but not like, well, by my standards, but not like, but like it definitely wasn't as long as it could have been. I think. Yeah.
Because some people's conceptions could have been like 2 seconds. Just putting that out there.
That is fair, but like
I still don't want to see it.
Yeah, I gotta say I have to watch.
But I'm just,
not like I'm in the room and I can close my eyes or something. Like I have to. That's y'all some freaks for real.
And this is like
that's tame. Yeah.
It's freaky but tame.
Yeah,
because like there's some other crazy stuff that I'm not even gonna talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I relived my birth. It was quick.
Yeah.
You know, once I'm out, the nurse gonna take me out anyways. So
Facts.
I don't gotta really look at much. Yeah.
I'm gonna start crying. Except
put me in the sink.
How long am I in this like memory that I have to relive? Am I just gonna smack
like,
me and I'm a
wake up in your bed or something?
What are you doing?
Oh. Yeah. Don't hit me like that.
Yeah.
All right.
So A.
All right, we're reliving our birth. And I've obviously, it's just us two in the room. Yep. But you're here with us too.
True.
Feel free to comment what you would do, what you wouldn't do, and why.
Yeah.
Next one. This one's a little bit of a silly one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life?
Okay.
Or feel like you have to sneeze and not be able to for the rest of your life? Ooh. So you'll never sneeze again, but you'll always have like that urge. Yeah. And then hiccups, you just have those nonstop. It'd be nice for me to not sneeze, but like the sensation of having to sneeze is pretty annoying, especially when like you're right there and it just won't happen.
That's also true. But I feel like at what point do you get used to it? You know what I mean? Unless like part of it is like you like it's constantly like that fresh feeling of having to sneeze, I guess. In which case, like maybe you like never. I think because both of these, I feel like I could eventually kind of not get over, but like be like, okay, this is my life now. But which one is easier? Like,
I'm trying to think like living your life. You're trying to eat something and you're hiccuping constantly.
Yeah, that's true.
Which like could increase your chance of choking.
That's yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like if you have to sneeze, you sometimes like inhale. So once again, you also have like a risk of choking. Can't really go swimming because you'll just be drowning yourself every time you go under the water.
That's true, actually. Dang.
What else?
I didn't even think about all that.
I think driving, it'd be easier to have hiccups than almost sneezing because you may like close your eyes a bit when you're almost sneezing and then crash. That's not good. It also makes social interactions pretty rough.
True, but I feel like also like constantly hiccuping like in the middle of like a sentence too, I feel like could also be kind of rough. I think I'm gonna say sneezing, like the sensation for sneezing. I think so
too, because I think when you hiccup and it's like going for a while, that feeling in your chest, it's just
that's
like you start getting tired.
Yeah,
it's like, when is this gonna end? I'm tired of this.
Yeah. For the rest of your life,
that's doesn't say I can't.
Hey, there it is. Hey, there it is. They didn't put it in the bylaws.
Yeah, so we're good. Okay, so would you rather? Damn, I lost it.
Oh.
All right. Would you rather be able to eat anything you want and have it be perfect nutrition, or have to only sleep 1 hour a day and be fully rested? I'm a tired boy pretty often because I go to bed late and get up early for work. So like that 1 hour would be nice. But weirdly enough, can I only sleep for an hour?
Oh, that's true.
Because then I think it's like I'm not trying to go to bed at like 10 wake up at 11, and then now I gotta I'm fully rested
for the rest of the 23 hours of the day
until I gotta go to work.
Low key, that would be kind of nice though. Like if you're one of those people that are like, I got so much to do or so much I want to do more. So
you could hit the gym because you got plenty of time. You could plan out whatever you want to do, obviously outside of your work hours.
That's really good actually. But at the same time, as someone who gains weight very easily,
I feel that
being able to eat whatever I want and it be actually a good nutritious meal.
I got my choice. I'm allergic to fruit, fun fact.
Oh.
So I don't get nutrients from fruit. And I also don't like vegetables. Yeah, I get it. I'm a child. Whatever. So if I could eat a burger and my nutrition is just be great,
peak,
it's oh yeah, you basically ate a salad and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds great to me.
That is kind of.
I can deal with the lack of sleep that I already deal with.
Actually, facts.
And be able to know that even if I eat shitty foods, I'm still healthy. I also don't know what perfect nutrition means though. Are the calories still going to be high? If I get a Burger King sandwich that's 2,300 calories, so
it doesn't affect that part of the nutrition, but it being a fully balanced, you get the whole pyramid, whatever meal you eat.
Your fats, your sodium, your protein, and all that's
dairy or whatever.
Perfect.
That is a good point. See, because I want to say the food one because once again, chicken parm all day every day. If I could eat that and then it'd be and stay and not it not be unhealthy, that would be goated.
Get our summer bodies real quick.
Yes, sir. But the only because you said, me especially me, and hey, maybe I don't have all my vitamins. Maybe I'm depressed or something. But me being able to sleep 10 hours and wake up and still be. And 3 hours later, it'd be I'm tired again.
Yeah,
that is kind of not good. It's kind of cheap. So that 1 hour and fully being rested, that would be dope.
It's just I worry that I would get bored the other 23 hours.
That's fair.
If I can sleep longer,
that's true. Actually.
Then I'll do. It seems more appealing. But if it's after an hour, I wake up feeling refreshed. It's cool. But then
now
I still got 7 hours till I got to go to work. What am I going to do in the meantime?
True.
And then can I end up tiring myself out? Have to take another hour nap to be re-rested again? How does that work?
I think you said food.
I think I'm going to go with food because I struggle. I'm a very picky eater, so I feel that would be the best for me personally.
I want to say food because once again, I feel that would be dope. But I think I'm gonna go for the sleep one. Because once again, with my internal clock and battery energy reserves already being absolutely all over the place, a solidified I only need 1 hour and I'm good to go. I feel that would be dope. And then all that extra time, hey. Maybe I'll write a book or something.
Okay.
About what
become a writer.
Low key about using 23 hours of the day is you know what I mean? See, and that'll be we don't have the same 24 hours, and I'll be no, we don't.
You're gonna become a science experiment then. Maybe how does bro get well rested after an hour?
Maybe I'll write a book about something else. A YA novel. How about the next Hunger Games?
Hell yeah. Was it you guys that told me what a YA novel was? No. That was my coworkers.
No.
I found out recently because someone was we were playing a game. Gonna go on a tangent real quick. Where we play a game sometimes when we're working to kind of keep vibes up. Where it's guess that person, and you'll be I'm thinking of a person, and then everyone playing will be is it a man? Is it a woman? Are they an actress? That kind of thing, and you figure out who it is. And so one of my coworkers was thinking of a character from a book, and my other coworker was is it from a YA book or something? And I'm what the hell is a YA? Young adult. I was bro, do we have to shorten everything? Is this where we are?
I guess to be fair, do you want to say young adult novel every time?
I don't even refer to books as young adult novels to begin with.
Well, but it's a genre.
I guess.
You can't pull up in the local Barnes Noble, and be hey, give me that book right there about for adults but slightly younger. We should call that something.
I get it. And this is me being an old head, I guess. But I'm tired of all these words I don't know.
All these abbreviations.
I can't keep up with it all.
That's funny.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh, damn.
Why'd you have to ask me the hard question?
Never mind. Hey, we can move on.
I don't remember.
Damn.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it was a YA book. I think it was like a children's book.
Oh, okay.
No. But yeah, that's learning new things now from the youth. This is what being almost 27 is like.
Damn.
Don't get old, guys, please.
We're pushing.
I got gray hairs.
I sound like the one, that I think Veronica and somebody else has sent like TikToks of this dude. The like princess.
Oh god,
and,
yeah,
like,
dude with the belt. Yeah.
That dude. I saw the other one where it was like, and don't like talk about me like I'm about to be 30 or whatever. I want you to refer to it as like level 28. And I was like, that's low key. I kind of like that's kind of hard.
Okay, that makes it a little better.
Low key. I'm about to hit. We're pushing level 30. That's crazy.
That dude's funny, but it is definitely a hard watch.
It
especially when he's got
is.
The belt with his feet.
Oh my gosh, bro, that dude is something else.
He plays that character too well.
He really does. One says, you say, when am I going to get a job? I was like, hell yeah.
All right, last one.
Yeah.
And I feel like we'll see what happens. Would you rather have a magic van that can teleport you anywhere you want and time travel?
Magic school bus.
Or a magic ring that when it touches a book, you absorb all the knowledge inside?
Ooh. See, because me specifically, for those of you who don't know, I have a hoarding and buying book issue and then never reading them. Despite my best intentions to get to them.
Call him the collector.
Low key. So that ring would be fire. But but that's the thing. Is a magic van would be dope. Like teleport wherever. And for like nowadays, that's fire. But like the time travel part of it, I'll be honest with you, for me specifically, not that useful.
I was gonna say I don't think I would use it. Because I feel like that's such a risky game. Time travel in and of itself has so many risky elements to it that I think I'd be too scared to.
Yeah, because one, not only are you taking a van back in time, and you'll be like, "What is this weird technology? What is this
depends
device?
How far back you go.
This vehicle, yeah." And then also for one such as myself, I pull up to the wrong time period and I'm cooked.
True.
So I think I'm all set on the van. Teleporting would be dope, but for me, I'm gonna pick the ring. I can actually get through my collection of books.
I'm gonna do the van.
Okay.
I don't be reading.
That's fair.
I graduated. I don't need to read anymore. I'm done.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool to be able to like travel anywhere in the world because it's it would make my life a lot easier. I don't get a ton of vacation days. So I could be like, hey, we got a weekend here. Let's just take the van
to Dubai.
Yeah, to Dubai, Japan, yes, Sweden, wherever.
Okay.
And
that's fair.
I don't got to pay for travel. I just got to have the money to pay for whatever we do out there.
Yeah.
The time travel, only thing I'd do is go back to high school me. Give that guy
hey pal, don't do it.
No, I'm gonna give him $500.
Okay.
Put this in Bitcoin, bro.
Oh, true. Actually,
and don't touch the shit because I will come back.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. Trust me, we'll be better off in the future. And then I won't even be here. I'll just be
but then
balling in Dubai.
Then you could afford the travel expenses,
and I don't need the van. That's true. And I could sell it.
Oh, true. For even more bank. But then,
I low-key still keep it because I don't want to have to take a plane anywhere.
That's fair, actually.
I still just take my van, boom, pop up wherever I gotta go.
True. Also, you never know. Start handing out the van out. You never the people that you give it to. Time could be all messed up.
That's the thing about time travel is I know it's been pictured where it's if you go in the past and you change something and then you go back to your reality, things change. Yeah. But I also know there's potential for a new reality to basically be made. So it's your reality still continues how it was, but because you did that, a new reality was created where whatever changes you made affected stuff.
Which theory do you believe in?
Yeah. What do you believe?
What do you?
But that's all I got. Did you pick one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say book for me. The ring for me You said the van?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the van.
It's LS.
What are y'all gonna do?
What you picking? W.
Hell yeah, good choice. All right, bringing it to our next segment.
Yeah.
Our next segment, still gonna, keep things on Reddit. We're gonna do some Am I the Assholes? Yeah?
But.
Okay.
Oh,
Boy, whoa. All right. No more what that guy's talking about.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We're on Reddit reading some Am I the Asshole stories. If you don't know what this is, someone basically talks about an experience they had with someone else, and they want to know, was I in the wrong, essentially? Am I the bad guy? Yeah. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they aren't. Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of a gray area.
Sometimes everyone's an asshole.
Yeah, honestly. So I'm going to read those. We'll talk about them. We'll kind of give our opinion on what we think the situation is, and you guys feel free to let us know how you're feeling about it.
I'm locked.
First one. Am I the asshole for refusing to go on a double honeymoon?
Off of that alone, no. Because, you're not obligated to, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say no as well. I, 33 male, used to be married to my best friend, Callie. Oh. That's not the real name, but that's what the author's putting in.
I was going to say congratulations, but he said used to, and I'm like, oh.
We'll get into why.
Okay.
33F. I'm gay. Oh. She's a lesbian.
Oh.
We grew up in a conservative town in the deep south where coming out wasn't really an option. So when we were 20, we got married. When we were 20, we got married. It was a way to avoid questions and stay safe. Valid. We moved out of state a few years later, got divorced soon after. There was no drama. We were always just friends, and we've stayed very close. We still hang out regularly.
Nice.
I recently married my husband, Miguel, 30M, or male.
Congratulations.
Yeah. A couple months later, Callie married her wife, Bree, 34 female.
Congratulations. Both
weddings were low-key, and while Miguel and Bree aren't close, they're friendly enough when we're all together. So, they're...
Miguel is his husband,
yep.
And Bree is... Oh, because Callie's... All right, I'm good. I'm actually
They're the ones
now.
that are, now in the dynamic, I guess.
Okay, bad.
A week ago, Callie suggested the four of us take a trip as a kind of double honeymoon. She thought it would be meaningful since we've known each other for so long and have been through a lot together. She had a couple destinations in mind and said it could be fun to celebrate this new chapter side by side. I told her I appreciated the thought, but Miguel and I weren't really comfortable with that. We're planning a small trip for just the two of us, and we'd rather keep it that way. Understandable. Mm-hmm. It's not personal. It's just something we want to experience privately. Callie didn't take it well. She said it felt like I was distancing myself now that I got what I wanted and brought up how we had each other's backs for years. I told her I didn't mean to hurt her, but I think we're allowed to want our own space as a couple.
Fair.
Now things are a little tense. Bree messaged me to say that she gets it, but Callie's upset and feels like I brushed her off. I'm wondering now if I was too blunt or if I should have handled it differently. Am I the asshole for not wanting to do a double honeymoon?
Okay.
So I think my answers, what? I read this before.
Okay,
I'm going to let you give your thing and then I'll give my take.
Ruminate on that. Okay. So I think with all of the context, well, as much context we're given here, I think still not the asshole, I'll say. I think me personally, I'm the type of person where, if it is my best friend, we make jokes with about me and Shawn and our and our significant others in the future all the time. So I'm the type where I think it would be a joint honeymoon kind of trip would be cool. I think it could be very interesting, very fun, and help kind of deepen the bonds between me and my significant other, my best friend's significant other, all that. You know what I mean? Stuff the dynamics in there. But I absolutely wholeheartedly understand being hey, after, us getting married, us wanting to keep it to a more intimate, more private thing between us two. So I'm not mad at that at all. I think so. Once again, he is absolutely that. That's fair. I think her getting upset is also understandable. If she proposed the idea, was excited to potentially get that going, but it was kind of shot down.
Yeah,
I understand her being upset. But I think end of the day, it is one of those situations where it's okay, well, it's unfortunate, but what can you do? You can't force them to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think everyone's valid, you know what I mean? But as long as Callie doesn't, I guess,
crash out.
Yeah.
I can agree. I think everyone is valid in their feelings. Obviously, a honeymoon is a very, it's a thing you want to do with your, the person you just married and you want to go and spend time with them. Some people do it with family, some don't. Mm-hmm. I think it could have been handled like, hey, we actually wanted to do our solo honeymoons, but in the future, we could also, we could still do a group trip out somewhere. The four of us go out and do whatever. But I think like it's fair for her to ask him like, hey, I want to do this. Yeah. And it's also fair for him to be like, I'm not really feeling it. I get being upset, but sometimes when your friends come to you with an idea, or when you come to a friend with an idea, you got to be ready for it to be shut down. True. Especially if it's something like this, that like, it's not just like asking them to like go to the bar or go out to dinner or something. Like this is their honeymoon. Big, it's a honeymoon. Like normally you get one honeymoon. That's just, and you want to spend it.
Unless you're balling like that.
Unless you're balling, that's just vacation.
That's true. At that point, we're going to renew our vows so we can go on another honeymoon.
A honeymoon is a special vacation. Yeah. Everything else is just a vacation.
Me renewing my vows every year so I can.
Hell yeah.
But, and I think, so there might be more context to it with Callie, like being like, oh, I feel like now that you've gotten kind of what you wanted, you're like, it feels like we're distancing yourself. And so like, I don't know that everything going on behind that, which hopefully that was kind of just like a internalized feeling and not something that actually is kind of going on. Well, even then, hopefully they can kind of get that ironed out, and it's unfortunate that is an internalized feeling if that is the case.
Yeah, like I'm sure it could be like, oh, you feel like they're pulling away because like they're married now, like they have their husband, and you're like, oh, well, like now that like we're not married, even though
you kind of don't need me anymore.
Yeah,
which is like, oh damn,
like that's a shitty feeling to feel, and I get that.
Yeah, and hopefully
that's something that like you would just have to communicate.
Exactly. You know? Hopefully they can kind of get that. They can, like you said, communicate and kind of get that situation, like come to a mutual understanding. And like you said, even if there's like some compromise or something, but that does kind of suck to hear. Be like, especially like, damn, you married for like what, like a couple years probably, and so like you.
And like we don't know the dynamic of it. Like you're married, and obviously you both know that like you're not like physically into each other, but you still are spending probably every day with that person. You're living with them, all that kind of stuff. So like you still, it's like you feel the relationship without the intimacy, I guess. So you still have to be able to like break away from the person, I guess, knowing that you are going to get divorced and like find your own partners. That kind of thing. It's just. It's tough, I guess, probably. I could see being hard to, like, fully let go of those feelings a bit.
It's not, like, my person anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. That sucks. Hopefully you guys can figure it out, and everything is cool by the time this episode comes out. Hey, how about that?
True.
I'll say that. How about that?
I hope you guys plan a separate trip.
Yeah.
A little group trip somewhere after the honeymoons.
Yeah. And I hope, Callie, that that the distancing thing isn't the case, and that you guys can spend more time together to kind of find that, to kind of reconnect. You know what I mean? Even if it is just between you two, not necessarily like a 4-person trip and stuff like that.
I also want to point out kudos to Bree.
Oh,
I don't know if Miguel, if there was much information about how he felt, but good on Bree for kind of being like, hey, I get it. Yeah. Like, I understand you probably want to enjoy that moment with him. Yeah. Understandably. It is a honeymoon after all. So that's good. I mean, that makes me feel that like maybe there isn't like,
like maybe it's, once again, it is a little bit more internalized than it might actually be. Yeah, I can understand, like you said, understand it, like just coming from a place of like hurt. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And being like, damn, now you don't need me anymore. Which like,
what about chopped liver?
Yeah, like which is potentially a leap if that's not the case, but. Like, think that at that point, that is once again a conversation you have. Yeah,
and it does happen in groups when someone like gets married or gets in a relationship, dynamics change a bit, and you get worried. You just gotta talk to them.
Yeah. But yeah, no one's
the asshole. All right, next one. It's kind of a silly one, I'll be honest. Am I the asshole for eating ice cream every night just like I always do and not stopping just because my sister-in-law doesn't want my niece to see it?
Man. If you don't sit your nosy ass down and let them eat some ice cream, bro, what? Because your kid, just tell your kid no. Like, sorry, you can't have ice cream. Like, they're an adult. You start buying the ice cream, you can have some ice cream.
True. It's because, I'm all for gentle parenting, but sometimes you got to let them know, like, no is no.
Facts. If you want
teach everybody that no means no.
True, actually.
True. So, yeah, we'll get into this. Mm-hmm. Most nights after dinner, I eat a small ice cream cone.
Understandable.
It's literally
cone. You lost me.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm not a big cone guy. I like the. I was milking the cow.
Yo,
even then.
don't.
Anyway, anyway, I'm not. Christ, about to eat the mic. The cone part of like, I'm not really a big
all
fan.
cones, sugar, waffle.
Yeah, I'm not really like a big cone guy. You know what I mean? Like the ice cream. That's why usually if you go to like a spot, I usually get like a bowl or something because like the ice cream itself, goated fire, but like the cone, it kind of messes it up for me. Maybe if the ratio of cone material to ice cream was like perfect, and then I like crunch up the cone and put it in the ice cream, then that's okay. But just like ice cream in the cone, it's not really for me. Never been.
I don't know. To me, the cone is like a nice little treat at the end.
Okay. Yes.
Because it's like I like to eat the ice cream that's obviously like on top of it, and then like I'll even eat some of it inside and then eat around the cone. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it also helps me pace myself.
I think with the cone, it is more of an experience. But for me, I'm not like a big fan of like the taste I get. Like it feels like I'm just like, it feels like I'm getting rid of like the disposable. Like it's like, well, now I ate the best part. Now I gotta handle the cone. You know what I mean? Like, but I can see it being like a ooh, I'm at the cone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not for me though. But hey, I won't yuck your yum to anybody. You know. I
do love me some bubble cones from I forgot the ice cream spot in West Hartford. It's like basically like a batter that they like make it, and it comes into like a cone shape, and they put like their ice cream. Or sorry, ice cream is so good. Wish I knew the name off the top of my head, but it's been a while.
Sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's like almost like a hot / cold dessert. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. So anyway,
back to the story. So I'll just start over. Most nights after dinner, I eat a small ice cream cone. It's literally the Joy mini cups. So it's like, I think they're like this big, with a teeny scoop of ice cream.
Okay.
Maybe a big scoop if I'm having a rough day, but that's kind of rare. I don't drink alcohol or smoke weed or do anything fun. So this is my one fun thing I do for myself.
Nice. I respect it.
Right? You know, sometimes you need something to take the edge off.
Cut with the ice cream.
It's been a rough day.
Honestly based.
My brother and his wife and daughter are staying with me for a few weeks. They'll be gone by June 15th.
Oh, wait.
Hey, they're gone. Hell yeah.
Especially because...
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, your crib?
Yeah. I'm happy to have them here. Usually we'll eat dinner together and go our separate ways for the evening. They watch a lot of TV, so they're usually all in the living room watching. I've been eating my little cone, but my sister-in-law approached me and asked me if I could stop. She said that my niece is starting to ask why she doesn't get to have ice cream, and that obviously she was lied to by my sister-in-law when she told her ice cream is a sometimes food.
That's funny.
That's how they basically told her.
Hey,
every night?
Every night. You said it was only sometimes.
What's up with that?
You gotta be lying. You a liar?
See, I would have rebutted with
Rebecca.
She's like triple your size. She can handle an ice cream every day.
She's like, you're too young. Your little tummy can handle all that.
Yeah, you can't handle ice cream every day.
Okay. Oh yeah. If you're mad about it, fight me. No, honestly, yikes.
I said that I wasn't going to stop, but I could wait until she was in bed. I figured that was a good compromise, which it is.
Fair.
And I do get that she's trying to raise her little girl to have a healthy relationship with food. But waiting until she was in bed didn't work because she came into the kitchen multiple times to ask me for some.
That's crazy.
She's laying in bed like,
I know she ain't eating that ice cream, bro. I know she's like, man, bump it. Let me get some.
She walks downstairs. I like ice cream.
Mom's not in the room. You can give me some now.
She said, this is sometimes. I won't ask tomorrow.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
My sister-in-law was definitely a little incredulous over it and kept saying, really? Do you seriously need to eat ice cream every single day? First off, back off.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Do you
relax.
Need to eat like?
Yes, she does, because it takes the edge off.
Exactly.
Do you need to eat ice cream every day or stuff like that? I said no, but she also doesn't need to drink a glass of wine every day either. She didn't like this and sighed a bunch and has been visibly annoyed with me since then. My brother asked me if I could just stop to avoid the drama, but I said I deserve my little treats.
Fact.
Am I the asshole?
No.
And I'm gonna add this part in.
Okay.
Because they came back to the post, and I give the OP a lot of credit for this. Hi, so I've decided to log off this post and not come back. This post has just gotten completely out of control with really over-the-top overreactions and people trying to encourage me to make things worse or escalate and call my sister-in-law an alcoholic or purposely keep her ice cream in front of my niece. Some of you are just chomping at the bit to call people names and be sarcastic and nasty to me for no reason. That's not really what I was expecting, and we're not allowed to delete posts. I'm just gonna log out and move on.
Delete post on?
Probably not. Yeah. Damn. At least like maybe like in certain forums.
Okay.
Like your own post probably.
Okay.
I do appreciate that despite like seeing everyone probably shitting on sister-in-law and brother and telling her like do it on purpose. She's like, you know what? This is not what I was looking for. Like, I just wanted to know, was I in the wrong or not?
She's like, I'm not trying to become a villain or anything. I just needed somebody's opinion.
So how you feeling?
I say not the asshole. I think I don't want to call the mom or like an asshole, but like it's like on the border. It's like it's on the border.
I get it, but like you're doing a little too much. Like OP is doing everything but not eating it. But like that's not fair to just tell her in her own house don't eat the ice cream.
Stop eating the ice cream.
Like she's waiting till after bedtime. Yeah. She's doing all these things trying to like do it when they're not around. Yeah. Which is crazy. It's like it sounds like drugs. Like she's doing all this to like cream, it's a little ice cream cone, bro. Let her enjoy that.
Little girls in the doorway like
it's like they think their kid's gonna like be addicted to cocaine or something after this. Like
it's insane.
Maybe having a couple weeks at Auntie's house, let her have some ice cream.
Actually,
that's how you build memories with the family.
Facts.
Damn.
I think
it's so silly.
It really is. I think being like visiting someone and staying in their house and being like, hey, can you stop this thing that has become a like daily ritual in your life because not to be rude, but like because I just can't tell my daughter like no. Like
it's kind of like the dad thing, the dad story from a while ago, where it was like his son's daughter moved in. Except his situation was a little crazier. This is literally just ice cream, but it's kind of similar where it's like they're coming in like, hey, there's things that you like, stop doing them, please, because we don't like that. Yeah,
and it's like, listen, let her eat her ice cream. Let her do what she got to do. Just tell your daughter once again, like, just say something. Like, it literally just, hey, no, this is her ice cream. No. Once again, for you, it's still sometimes food because you're not. They might not like because you're a kid thing. Yeah. But there's ways to like something, or like once again, just make sure your daughter stays in bed when it's bedtime. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, she never says how old the daughter is too. So I'm trying to think like how. Yeah. Like you should be able to communicate to your child, like parent the child, not the sister. Like wait a second. On. Like that's your job to tell her like no. Yeah. I said no, like you're not gonna have it. It's
like sorry,
that's
you can't
fine.
have it.
I had to watch, people in my family do shit that I wanted to do, and I wasn't out here like putting up fights with it.
Facts.
Yeah, I will say she absolutely gagged her. So she was basically telling her like, so you can stop drinking alcohol.
I can have ice cream every day, but you can have alcohol around your kid every day, huh?
Yeah. Ooh. And then she got gagged because all she did was sigh and walk away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you got got.
Yeah, when you're like, damn. Really gagged my ass.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go to my husband now.
Low key, it's actually true.
Come on.
Yeah,
but and then even him, like, come on, just for the peace, like, just please.
It's happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to have to deal with it.
I don't want to have to hear it on the way back. It's like, hey, maybe talk to your wife.
Yeah,
and your kid.
Talk to your wife, and then both of y'all talk to your kid.
Yeah, no, that's actually that is wild. Her being like, I will actively drink wine every night. But you can't eat ice cream every night, like the
tamest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like, you're doing a little too much, too much.
Like let's let people enjoy their thing. It's literally not hurting anyone. It's for 3 weeks.
But yes, I think the wife should either once again talk to the child again, let the OP eat her ice cream, or low key, if you're going to be like, hey, can you stop doing this thing? Compromise and stop drinking the wine too.
That's true.
If you're going to ask somebody to give up something, you're going to have to give up something to yourself.
Yeah.
And in their own crib. They're kind enough to let you stay. Anyway. But no, I don't think anybody's technically the asshole here. I don't think. Once again, the wife is doing a little too much. But
yeah. The wife is like bordering.
Yeah.
Because I think whatever she follows up with after this could make her an asshole.
True.
I think she's just a little inconsiderate.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Of like who she's staying with and all that stuff.
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah. Next one. Yeah. And this one,
give the kid some ice cream anyway.
Realistically, that's what I don't get. Yeah, like if she's having these little cones, is it really so hard?
Like
for not even every night, just every other night, every 3 nights, whatever.
Like let her have
or
something.
Yeah, something.
Like, be like, hey, here's a little cone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're only there for, 2-3 weeks anyway? So, like...
You can appease your child without, like, ruining their entire diet.
Facts.
Like, it's fine.
Facts.
One ice cream a week isn't going to kill her.
On God. All
right. Am I the asshole for not stopping my teenage son's girlfriend from kissing him?
For not stopping.
Yeah. And what's...
I'm not stopping.
Yeah, I'll hold off.
Yes. No kissing, no nothing before marriage.
Straight in.
Yeah. No. Okay. It's
when I read this, you're gonna be like, wow, this is really even like need to be talked about.
Oh, okay.
My the OP is 50 years old. Son, 17. Recently got into a car accident with a drunk driver.
Oh, yeah.
I am very thankful that he is alive, obviously, but his car is totaled. Drunk driver was driving a pickup. My son drives a small old convertible, most likely the reason for the amount of damage.
Damn.
And he is fairly injured, multiple breaks, lots of stitches, etc.
Damn.
And is currently recovering. This all occurred last week on Saturday, the night of the accident. So he got into the accident, went to the hospital. He's in the hospital, recovering. And now this is what happens.
Okay. Hey, I hope he's recovering well and will recover well.
My family, which is my wife, 45, my daughter, 14, got there, I want to say an hour before his girlfriend. When she came in, she ran to him, this is the girlfriend now, ran to him in his hospital bed and started hugging and kissing him, mainly on the lips, but on his face as well.
Oh, because he's injured. Okay.
She stayed for most of the night, checking up on him and being supportive, and I was happy that my son and his girlfriend had such a good relationship.
Nice. Me too.
As we were driving home that night, my wife said she was upset I didn't say anything to my son's girlfriend. I asked why I would have, as she was being a good partner.
This is W parent.
My wife said that it felt weird seeing that, especially in front of his family. I said that he was going off to college regardless, and she was being a really nice partner, and that night showed us how much she truly cared for him.
Saying, like, what? Anyway.
Like, what I'm picturing is she's like freaking out because she's like, oh, he's in the hospital. Gets there, sees that he's like okay, and just like embraces him with love.
Yeah,
I'm sure she wasn't like tonguing the dude down while he was unconscious. Like, just giving him kisses and like stuff,
making sure he's good,
happy that he's good.
Yeah, like that's crazy. As a parent, being like, I didn't like seeing that. Like, if it was like an inappropriate like time and place, but it being like I found out that my partner is okay after a critical car accident, I feel like.
Yeah,
let it slide.
Like the dad being like, man, like that shows me that she cares about him.
Like my son has a very good partner, and I am proud and happy to see that.
Yeah. So then she rushed off to work to get there, and was still wearing her work clothes as she got there. The girlfriend. My wife started getting angrier and said that she thought it was gross and that I should just ask her to leave some time. I told her that I'm not telling my hospitalized son that I'm taking away something that clearly makes him happy.
Yeah, what?
She told me it was gross and that I needed to put a stop to it. I told her she was worrying about the wrong thing and that anything that brought our son comfort was good.
Facts.
And then my brother had taken my daughter home before this. She didn't hear us arguing.
Okay.
She told me I needed to step up and do my job, and I've kept thinking about it, and I've started to keep thinking about it and thinking that I am in the wrong.
Damn.
One thing I don't like about this is her being like, why didn't you do something?
Yeah.
When are you going to do something? You were right there when it happened.
Say something too.
Are you also not a parent?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it made you that uncomfortable, then why didn't you say something?
Yeah.
Why do I have to?
That's because she knows she's in the wrong.
Exactly.
He's like, why weren't you telling his girlfriend to not be kissing on him?
Yeah. Why would you tell your son, your son, that the partner that we probably knew about for a while can't kiss him? Good.
It's like I'm sure they've kissed him before this.
Yeah, like what's the beef? What's the problem?
Yeah,
you jealous? Your husband don't treat you. Sorry.
I do think they're
like a good guy.
I obviously this is just me reading into whatever, but I do think that like because this is a dynamic that happens where it's like when some moms see their son like growing up and doing these things, they do get a little jealous.
Yeah,
especially like boy moms.
Yeah,
so like I could see that being a thing, but it's like listen. Bro's gonna grow up. Sorry, he's not gonna be with you. That's gross. You have a husband.
Facts.
Let him. Yeah. Let your son enjoy like
his life. Yeah, literally.
Like that's just
you can't keep him forever.
The husband's perspective is just great. It's like, man, she's really loving. She's like,
she's great, loving, attentive,
straight
thoughtful,
from work.
Straight from work.
She can go home. I feel like it'd be weirder for her to go home, shower, then come to like see him after he just got into an accident.
Yeah, that's like less time like to be with him and like check up on him.
Yeah, like the same day that the accident happened. Keep in mind, like, this isn't like the next day.
You're not going to be like, I will actually calmly go home and take a shower and think about things as I get ready to go to. Like, no, you're going to panic and want to like go and see him. Like,
yeah, it's just, and it's not inappropriate. Bro's almost 18.
That's what I'm saying. Like bro's basically like almost an adult.
Yeah,
legally.
Like what are we talking about? So when I read this, like the title, like, am I the asshole for not stopping my teenage son's girlfriend from kissing him? I was like,
what's going on here?
It's weird, but like, what is this about? And then when I read it, I'm like, you're
not like
what? What are we talking about right now?
Your wife, I think, sir. You need to have a conversation with your wife, and tell her that you're tripping, and to really unpack why she feels these things. Because once again, like you yourself said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's good that he once again has such a loving and caring partner, because many aren't able to say that. Not even in like a single way, but in like if you're in a relationship that's not good for you kind of way either. Yeah. But yeah, I think wife is tripping, girlfriend is goated, hope son's doing all right, and then you were not the asshole because you were a good and thoughtful parent.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't let her gaslight you.
True. Yeah, this like self-doubt towards the end. I'm like, no, bro, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm glad that he was deemed not the asshole on here.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that, by the way. So far, every story we've read has been deemed not the asshole.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, what? Like what? Why? And that's the thing. Like, he never. I don't know if he doesn't say it because the context wasn't given to him, but like, there's no reason said by the wife as to why it's weird. It's just, it's weird.
It's weird. It's
creepy. It's gross. It's like, why?
Do you not kiss your husband?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Why is that weird? Yeah, true. If that is the case, then dang.
Damn.
No, honestly, nope. Reel it in. I was about to start talking crazy. But yeah, no, it's not the end. If it makes you uncomfortable, look away or step out or I don't know, whatever. Because like he said, are you really going to go to your recovering son and be like, hey, actually, you're not allowed to kiss your girlfriend around us, or else we're gonna have to ask her to leave. Like what?
Yeah, it's like he woke up. It's like, oh, you're gonna be okay. Just a couple broken bones. You'll have to wear a cast.
Maybe some stitches.
And by the way, Sophia is no longer your girlfriend because we kicked her out.
That's insane.
It's like, huh? Why?
What? Yeah, that's a very easy way to get him to not like you and not communicate with you right before he leaves for college. So really, that's the thing. Y'all don't be thinking big picture. Y'all be thinking in the moment.
Lame. All right. This is the last one.
Say less.
Because we're running out of time here.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see y'all. We'll get through this.
Yeah. Hey, we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I promise. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter she needs to grow up and apologize to her sister? Not a lot of context.
I might have low-key, not like read it, but like seen. Not read it though. I haven't. I'll be honest with you.
Reddit. That's where we're on.
Yo. That's how they called it.
Low-key, because you read it. Okay. Here's the story. Mm-hmm. My late husband died when my oldest daughter, Sophia.
It's the new husband. The last post.
My oldest daughter, Sophia, was 9, and my youngest daughter, Julie, was 2. Julie has 0 memories of her biological dad. Understandable. She was young. I started to date 4 years after his death and remarried 7 years later. Okay. Sophia was 16 and Julie was 9.
Okay. Sorry. The math was like, that's 11 years. Damn.
Sophia wanted nothing to do with him and looking back was a dick to him. My husband, Jim, never tried to force Sophia to see him as a father figure, but Julie did see him as a father figure. Nice. She refers to him as dad. Both girls have been to therapy. Sophia hated it, and I actually think it made the issues below worse. Oh. Julie liked it, and it helped her overcome never knowing her biological father. That was the main issue between Sophia and Julie. Sophia thought Julie was abandoning and replacing their bio dad. Oh. Julie made it very clear that Jim is her dad, and basically bio dad doesn't mean much to her since she doesn't remember him. And I'm sure that's hard to hear.
Yeah,
as like the other one who grew up.
Well, that's.
But also think about it. If you have no memories, is it? You know?
Yeah, because obviously, like, blood means something to a lot of people, but especially like as a child, when you kind of don't really have a semblance of that, and you're like, sure, he is my, like, that's once again, like, that's my blood father, but like, I don't know him. I don't know that dude. He means not like nothing to me, but like like there's no real connection there, like between my like mind and heart, you know, which is fair.
Yep. So after that, she said it doesn't mean much to her since she doesn't remember him. Many fights and their relationship was strained.
Damn.
Excuse me. Therapy didn't help. Separate and group were tried. It got better when Sophia went off to college and they had space. Julie, who is now 24, is getting married. She announced during dinner last Saturday and asked for Jim to give her away. Sophia did not take that well and started telling Julie that she was a horrible daughter and that she is replacing Dad. The announcement was ruined, and Julie told her not to come to the wedding.
Ooh.
I pulled Sophia aside and told her that she needs to apologize to her sister for her outburst and that she is way too old for this and it is time for her to grow the fuck up. That is fine that she doesn't see Jim as her father, but get over that her sister does. Mm-hmm. She was crying when I finished, told me it is my fault for getting remarried in the first place, and had not contacted me since. I know she apologized to Julie, but she won't respond to any of my texts. And then she said, same-ish question being asked. Here is one of my comments answering it. No, he never forced himself to be a father figure. Bio dad stayed very alive in memory after my wedding. He wasn't hidden. He still got mentions and stories all the time. He was celebrated on his birthday and so on. No grave visiting because he's cremated and is on the fireplace. Okay. So despite him being dead and like her remarrying, she still like, kept him alive in some sense.
Yeah, like this is still part of not only the mom's history but the kid's history.
Yeah,
so fair.
Yeah,
fair.
And even though she didn't grow up with him, she got to still hear about him.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she's the asshole.
No.
Because like as time is going on throughout this story, I'm just like, why are we still having this conversation?
I didn't think this story would span like the course of like 2 decades. I didn't think.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, yeah.
I was like, oh,
like, we got basically like a quick retelling of the whole story.
Low key. Yeah, I don't think anybody's the asshole here because like Julie, I'll start from the least offender to the worst, I guess. Okay. So so technically, what's his name? Like the new husband,
Jim,
this
guy who fell in love.
Yeah, you're just vibing, guy. You're just doing your thing.
Guy who fell in love with women with kids.
Good for you, finding love and sticking to that and being a good parent to those kids despite all the circumstances,
and even not forcing that on them.
Exactly, and being like, hey, you know, if I'm here for you if you need it, but if you don't, I'm not gonna try to replace him, which is fair. I think that's a good like mindset to have. Julie, also, once again, nobody's the asshole, but I think Julie, being like not really having a connection to her biological father makes sense. She was like 2.
Yeah.
So like that makes sense, and her being able to kind of still overcome the idea of like of not feeling any guilt or anything like that through therapy and stuff like that. I think that's good. Her like wanting to like build that connection with Jim and even asking to like have him kind of give away is such a anyway.
Yeah. It's a weird like terminology,
but I think that's good. She like it shows they have a strong connection.
It's like who else can she ask?
Realistically, would even
And if that's like who she sees as like her father, like then like that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So I think also you're good, Julie. It makes sense. The mother, you do nothing wrong.
Yeah, I think with her, partner. Like even like the end where she like kind of was like basically sort of like get the fuck over it.
Yeah,
it could be a little rude, but
it's been
from her perspective of dealing with this for like 20 plus years, I kind of get it. I'd be like, hey, pal. Hey, bro, like I get you don't rock with him, and that's fine. But don't go shitting on her day because like you know you don't agree with
upset
her.
About it. Yeah,
like that's not fair.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think the mom is honestly justified as well. Valid crash out.
Yeah.
Once again, you lost your partner, which is very unfortunate. Can't even imagine. And you found love again.
Julie already
W. And then once again, you're just living your life. And you put both your kids through therapy to try to help resolve anything like that. I think that's very good. And you know, you like put up with any like complications, and you did your best with regardless of kind of what was occurring. I think valid, very good parent, and you did your best. Sophia, not the asshole, because understandable the emotions that you felt, 100%.
For me, I'm gonna say not the asshole until this last story, because you're 30 years old.
True.
Or 31, whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, grow up. Like your mom said. Why are you still stressing so much?
Kinda.
And then like I'll say you get a little bit of redemption for at least reaching out to your sister and apologizing for that. Because that was messed up.
I hope you can go to the wedding now.
True. Like I hope you guys can figure it out. But I do agree with you. I think Jim, with the little information we got, he's obviously in the clear. There's not really much. Yeah. He's just doing his job, I guess.
Yeah.
Julie, I get it. You know, if you don't have memories of someone, it's kind of hard to build that connection.
To force that connection like on. Yeah.
And like she was 6, maybe. Well, her mom started dating around when she was 6 years old.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. I don't know if she went straight to dating Jim and then got married later. But let's just say that was the case. Yeah. So she maybe met Jim at 6.
Yeah.
She's like in first grade. Like, come on.
24, that's your dad.
Yeah, like
that's your dad.
You know, he raised you.
Yeah.
And even if she didn't want to call him that, cool, whatever. But like that's if
like
she
the
wants to, then
she made.
Yeah. And if you don't want to, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, like I understand that perspective of it. But you don't want to like go ruining other people in your family's lives or days because yeah. Because it's like, you fixed it because you apologized, but like now every time she thinks back to this announcement, like that's a core memory now at that point.
Damn.
And that's what you put yourself in realistically.
Yeah. So I definitely agree. I think Sophia, once again, valid feelings. And I understand that therapy is not for everyone. I can understand her like being forced, because whereas Julie was like, okay, this is to help me kind of like, get over any potential guilt kind of thing. It's different for someone who's slightly older, being like, they're forcing me to therapy to try to get over my dad. And if that's the perspective that she had, you know what I mean? So once again, I understand that's not for everyone, so it could lead to more frustration. And once again, I understand you not wanting to give up your like biological father, like in memory, but I think internalizing that is fine, and kind of living your life and making your own decisions around that is okay. But once again, like you said, then having that affect and alter like other people's moods and lives and decisions, I think that's where you're kind of doing a little bit much. But once again, I don't think she's the asshole. I think her feelings are valid. Like you said, though, it has been like 20 years at some point. And I understand that feelings aren't that simple. They don't just go away like that. But at some point, it's like, we're not at least being able to improve upon like how we respond to these situations a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As an adult. But I think, once again, you affecting your sister's, one of your sister's big moments like that is very, very selfish. But I think I'm not going to call you the asshole for that. You know what I mean?
And now that I'm thinking about it, she got married technically 11 years after his death.
Yeah, after the husband
Because she started dating 4 years after his death, and then remarried 7 years after that.
Yeah.
And so for her, like, I don't think it's fair that Sophia was like, it's your fault for like getting remarried in the first place. Like
your mom not allowed to be happy.
I was gonna say, like, it's not fair. Like, I get like they were in love, probably like had a really good relationship. We don't know how he died, but it's also not fair to basically tell her like you need to be single for the rest of your life. Yeah, like that's not cool.
Not everybody like. Well, one, I don't think anybody wants to live like that. Well,
some people do.
Yeah, let me say. I think it's not fair to force that
either side. To be like you need to find someone, or you can never find someone. It's I don't know. It's you're putting her in a tough spot and not really necessarily caring about her feelings at all when you kind of come out with that stuff, especially given that like it was 11 years after.
Yeah,
it's not like your dad died and then like 2 weeks later she's like, I got this new man, you know, or even a year.
Yeah, it was 4 years ago. She even like thought about like dating again.
Yeah.
So like I think,
come on.
Yeah, that's why when you said 4 years, I was like, damn, 4? Like,
like a month after, I would have been looking.
No, but like, because sometimes I'll hear like, like a year later, and I'm like, damn, that's not. I feel that to me that feels soon.
It does.
But then 4 years, I'm like, damn, that feels like you really love that man. You know what I mean? And that's I think that's precious. I think that is fair, and you know, and also it means you probably took the time to actually kind of grieve and then not get over it, but like give yourself the space to be able to like feel comfortable dating again, which I respect.
And I respect that like like we said, she kept the original dad alive through memories, celebrated his birthday, did all those things, and like Jim was a part of that. Yeah. And as long as he was kind of supportive and like understanding of it, then there shouldn't really be a problem.
There should be no issue. Well, like
I get there's going to be an issue because it's like you're always going to have that perspective of like he replaced your dad, but like no offense,
in a perfect world,
you're
there should be
30
no
years old.
Yeah,
like this is a way that like a child to a teenager would think.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to grow up and be like, okay, like we are adults. Maybe like after living my life, I can now.
I was gonna say, yeah, after
that kind of thing.
Yeah, after like gaining your own like experiences and living like life for yourself, are you not like able of being able to put yourself in like another person's shoes and being like, okay, well, like if I love this person very, very much and I lost them, would I ever be able to like move on again? And you know what I mean, stuff like that. At least like in the eyes of like kind of putting herself in her mother's shoes. But even like with like your sister, you grew up with that's your little sister. Like I don't understand you feel betrayed or whatever, but like that's your little sister, dog. That's like the only other person who could really understand how you feel, and you're gonna like push her away because like
she doesn't agree.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, like it's one of those situations where like everyone involved is hurt in some sense. But
Jim.
Unfortunately, yeah.
No, actual no.
Well,
Jim
I'm assuming he's probably getting some.
Like,
yeah,
man.
But unfortunately, like one of the people are using those feelings in a negative way to impact others instead of truly like feeling those feelings, going to do whatever, therapy or no therapy, just understanding that and being able to like put herself in someone else's shoes. But hopefully y'all are going to be on good terms at some point.
True, hopefully.
Hope the wedding is good whenever you get there.
Yeah. I will be rooting for everyone in this situation.
Yeah. Hope you guys can be one cohesive family again.
Absolutely.
And this one was also voted not the asshole.
Yay, yeah.
Understandable.
Fair.
But yeah, that's all we got for today. I was going to talk about something earlier. I'm going to make a quick little PSA unrelated to all this, all the Reddit stuff we just went through. Because I meant to do this earlier and I forgot. I recently got into Pokemon cards.
Yay.
You know, was never really like into them as a kid. Yeah. Should have been.
True,
I picked the worst time in my life to get into them. Yeah. Because goddamn scalpers are like, store opens at 8. Everything's gone by 8:05. And I'm like,
insane.
Can a man just open cards? Facts. Can a man have a hobby?
Facts. That's insane to me that like, because like I know like they like had their like big kind of like resurgence a couple years ago, but the fact that like scalpers are still doing their thing like that,
I just hate that scalping in general is the
it's
thing.
Like a thing, bro. Like
it's like damn, I just
go do something else, man. Go find a hobby. a hobby.
a hobby.
That is wild though.
But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm tired of going to Best Buy and GameStop and not finding a single thing.
Yeah.
So send me some cards, please.
There it is. Into the P.O. box.
But yeah, hope you guys had a good time. Hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Yes.
Hopefully next week we'll have something a little more themed for you guys. But as always, we are the boys. And we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Peace out.